Hi, this is Tamara from mooglyblog.com, and in this video I want to talk a little bit about tapestry crochet. Tapestry crochet is a great way to create pictures or geometrical designs or even letters in a crochet project. Here I have a circle that I've started, and tapestry crochet is most often worked in the round so that you only stay on one side of the fabric. So to start, we have one color, and now it's time to add the second color. In this case, I'm going to use pink. I'm going to pull it up behind the row that I'm working, and as I go into the next stitch, I'm going to crochet right over it, just to secure it in. So I'll do that for a couple of stitches until it's time to start my design. I'm just doing single crochets here. This can be done with double crochet, half double crochet, any stitch really, but single crochet is most often used. Now for the next stitch, I want to make it green, but the stitch after that I want to do it pink. So to make one more green stitch, I'll get it ready, and then just like switching colors seamlessly, I will finish the stitch with the next color. So then the next color will be pink. When I work this next pink stitch, I'm going to crochet over the green working yarn so that I don't have any strands left behind and everything's kind of enclosed. You can see this made a fully pink stitch, so let's make a couple more pink stitches. And each time that I make a pink stitch, I'm going to go right over the top of the working green yarn. Obviously, you'll be working with whatever colors you choose for your own pattern. So, I've made 4 pink stitches. I'm going to make one more, and then I want to switch back to green. So just like before, I'll get the first 2 loops of the pink, I'll drop the pink, pick up the green, and finish the stitch with green. Then I'm ready to make some more green stitches enclosing the pink yarn each time. You can see what it looks like from behind. Not quite as clean, but the working yarn is enclosed, and each stitch is making its design. As I go around, I'll probably repeat, and as I come back around, I'll be able to put the next stitches on top. So let's skip to that. Okay, so I have come around again to where we have our design, and as you can see, I've been enclosing the pink all along, kind of holding it in back there so it doesn't peek out too much in the stitches. And so as I approach our pink section again, I'm going to make my next green stitch into the top of the previous green stitch, and before I complete it, I'll drop the green yarn and switch to the pink. Then, as I go into my first pink stitch, I'll make sure I enclose that green yarn right in there and work the pink stitches right on top. Now, in the previous row, we had a series of 5 pink stitches. Let's put a green stitch right in the middle. So even though I've only made a couple here, I'm going to go ahead and drop the pink and finish this second stitch with green so that we can have the middle stitch be green. But because that next stitch is pink, we drop the green again and finish it with pink. Make sure you're enclosing that non-working yarn each time, and as you can see, you get a really clean look. And that's tapestry crochet working in the round. If you're right-handed, like me, your designs will probably lean a little bit to the right. If you're left-handed, they'll lean a little bit to the left. You can use this to your advantage, and it's something you need to be prepared for. Next, I'm going to show you how to work tapestry crochet on a flat object. Okay, to show you tapestry crochet on a flat project that's not worked in the round, I'm just going to pretend that our circle here is being worked from the other side like a flat project. Here you can see the side we were working before, and here's the opposite side. Now you can see when you keep holding the yarns in back how you don't get a very clean line. The green and the pink is kind of muddied back here. Now, when you're working a flat project, people will say that sometimes that's what happens, that's the way to do it. But I've devised a way that you can work tapestry crochet flat without getting this muddied line on the good side of the fabric. So, I'm going to pull the yarn I'm not working with in front of the fabric, pull the yarn I am working with to the back, and enclosing the non-working yarn, I'm going to make the first stitch of this row. I'm going to continue making my green stitches just like I would before, just making sure I hold that non-working yarn right in front. Now I'm going to make the last green stitch before I start my pink section. So I will stop with these two, and at this point I will pull the working yarn in front of the work, pick up the pink one, pull it to the back because we've been enclosing it this whole time, so that's not hard to do, and finish our stitch with the pink. Then I will continue to make stitches across with the pink, making sure to keep the non-working yarn held in front of my work, but still enclosing it each time. I'm going to go ahead and work across in pink here. Leave that little green dot in the middle. Okay, so this is our last pink stitch of the row. So I'll start it in pink, pull the pink to the front, and finish it in green. Make sure to keep that non-working yarn in front of the project when you're on the wrong side of the fabric. So, as I go back into my green stitches, I'll go back to enclosing the pink non-working yarn. Now, this is the wrong side of the fabric that we've just worked. By holding the non-working yarn in front as we go across, we should prevent some of this muddiness on the right side of the fabric. So let's see how that looks. So here we are back on the right side of the fabric. As you can see, the stitches that we worked from the opposite side aren't quite as clean as the ones in the previous rows, but they're still a lot better than the wrong side of the fabric would look if you held the working yarn and the non-working yarn behind the fabric as you worked it. Also, by working it back and forth like this, the stitches stack up a little bit more and you don't get quite as much lean. So this is just another way to work tapestry crochet. Thanks for watching.